Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Chris. Today, I'm honestly a little bit distracted and not that in the game. And the reason for this is that I woke up this morning with an insane amount of inspiration and motivation to do the things that I not only need to do, but that I actually, generally speaking, want to do. You probably know that feeling. There's something you want to do, but you don't have the motivation to do it, you don't have the drive to do it, and so you never really get around to it. Well, I want to do this, it's also something I have to do, and now I'm doing it. So that feels great to me. Now, the problem with that is that I tend to hyper-focus in on it, and I have a hard time letting it go, which is what I'm experiencing right now. It was actually really difficult for me to get started recording this episode because I was supposed to do this an hour ago. I went and made my coffee and got everything ready and all of that. But then I kept getting sidetracked. I kept getting distracted by work. Not even by like video games or reading articles or sharing funny memes. No, by actual work. Mostly, I mean, it's kind of schoolwork, but it's also related to my professional career. So it's a really good thing that I get distracted by it, but it's such a strange experience to be really caught up. And even now, my mind is just going, oh, you have to do this and you could do that. And yeah, I'm really, really inspired. And the same thing happened yesterday where inspiration struck. It did actually end up causing a bit of an issue for me yesterday evening because I ended up going to sleep so goddamn late. Not only that, but I ended up making my girlfriend feel like I wasn't interested in her. Because we were supposed to enjoy each other's company, if you catch my drift, which I bet you do. And if you don't, then never mind that. And as we were supposed to do that, it was like, okay, let's just get ready for bed and then we'll do it. I got distracted. I got caught up in work and I actually ended up working for perhaps about an hour. And she didn't stop me. Like, I know that's a really bad defense, but she knows that I sometimes hyper-focus in on things and she should have stopped me. She really should have. It would have been nice if she had told me, hey, weren't we supposed to be doing something? But then again, if she'd done that, my dumbass would probably just have told her, yeah, just a second, I need to finish this up, and then I'd have spent the same amount of time. So that made her feel a little insecure and as if I wasn't interested in her, and I get that. I most definitely get that. And I feel really bad about it, to be honest, but at the same time I got a lot of work done, so I'm proud of that. It's all about balance. Now, I'm not very balanced recently because I went to sleep at 2 a.m. And I know to some of you that's probably not super late or anything, but I really ought to get more than 6 hours of sleep. I mean, I allowed myself to sleep all the way to 8 o'clock. Yeah. And then I immediately started working again. I got up and I went in and I got into it. It's enjoyable. I actually enjoy what I do. And I would highly encourage everybody I know to go out and find what they enjoy doing, not just what pays them well or where it's easy to get a job. I never knew that I would enjoy this as much as I do. I thought it was going to be a secondary thing, and then as it turns out, I actually enjoy the creative process more than the logical process. I'm a developer. As a background kind of thing. I'm a certified cross-platform mobile applications developer. I mean, I've developed websites since I was 12, and I'm really good at it, and I enjoy doing it. I'm not the best at it because it's always been like ups and downs, and then I haven't done it for half a year, and then I got back into it, and then I changed to a different type of development. So I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, which is pretty great actually. But I think the reason for that was that there were no particular individual tasks that I really enjoyed about it. Whereas here, I actually know exactly what I enjoy. I enjoy prototyping. Well, maybe not prototyping. I enjoy wireframing. Working in black and white, working with hierarchies. Well, not black and white, but grayscale. Working in grayscale, creating hierarchies between things through size and thickness and opacity and shade of gray. It's really exciting, actually. And I enjoy doing posters and reports. Not the writing of the reports, but the designing of the reports in InDesign. And I enjoy working with Photoshop as well, but I like to work with Photoshop as a supporting thing. And I think that that's what this education allowed me to do, is kind of work with a bunch of different things and figure out what I enjoyed most. Whereas before, I mean, sure, web development comes in many shapes and sizes, but ultimately it's just web development. Whereas here, I'm literally working as a multimedia designer. I design in multiple different types of media. I work with sound, video, images. I do posters, wireframes, prototypes, style tiles, mood boards. Hell, I even program the things that I design, and it feels good. I enjoy it. I was originally supposed to be here for half a year, and then changed to a programmer education. I was going to be, we call it a datamatician. I don't know if that's the actual English word, but a software developer, I guess, is the closest approximation. And I was either going to take half a year, like 1 semester, or 2 semesters. Because the 2 semesters were the preferred thing, and then I'd switched to an online datamatician course. And then, alternatively, if I just couldn't stand a design education, I was going to take 1 semester and then do datamatician physically at the same location as I'm currently at. But after 3 months of education, I have decided that I'm going to finish this. I want to be a multimedia designer. I want to work with this. And yeah, the rest is history. I know that some people might say, oh, why aren't you just going to jump to the next exciting thing? But I haven't actually been doing that in recent years. I've been really good at being goal-oriented. I didn't know what to do with myself for the first year of high school, but after that I was oriented towards studying English at university. Then I came to university, and I pretty quickly figured out that no, that's not something for me. If I get an opportunity to leave, I will. But at the time, I wasn't expecting to change my education. I was looking for maybe a job as a programmer or something. But then exams came around, and I just realized it wasn't for me. Here, this is my exam. The project I'm currently working on is my exam. And just listen to what I've been telling you. I'm enjoying it. Who enjoys an exam? Well, apparently I do, because I'm in the right place now. I can feel that. I know that. I knew that almost immediately. I could just feel it. And now, after 3 months, I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I never knew that this was what I wanted to do, though. I never thought that anything related to design would be what I ended up doing. But I want to do this, and I think I'm really good at it. And I'm especially good at it with my teammates, like working together. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to finish this education. And then I'm going to do some freelance work. As well as my, get a job. And that's the thing. I'll probably be just a worker for quite a few years. But I'll slowly start building up my own thing. And as I get better and better, well, freelancing is going to be more and more profitable. Because that's one of the things that people forget about when it comes to freelance work, it seems. That there are multiple aspects. It's not just about getting the customer. It's also about how quickly you can finish the task and at what quality level. Because getting the customers is not necessarily the most difficult part. The most difficult part might actually be that you'll end up taking longer to create something than you would otherwise have in a team. Of course, obviously, because there's no creative input. And so you take longer and the quality level gets lower, then you don't get the customers. So you need to balance it all out. You need to be good at what you do. You need to be able to do it quickly. And then you can think about getting customers. Because without the first two, you're not going to succeed as a freelancer. Either that or you're going to be miserable for quite a while before you succeed, because you'll be working 80 hours a week and earning the salary of someone who works half that. And you'll be struggling to get more customers. Whereas, again, as you become better, you'll be able to show off more of your work. Higher quality work, more spread out, it attracts more customers, and then you're set. And that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm going for building a good base. I'll be selling some posters probably. I'll be doing a bit of logo design. I'm not actually sure that logo design is for me, but I'll be doing some poster designs, some video editing, maybe some logos. I'll be doing various things for people. And then, slowly building it up while I'm at school, and while I go out and I get a job, and I'll continue slowly building it up. I do need somewhere in my contract, I need to make sure that my contract doesn't involve a no competition thing. I don't remember what they're called, but sometimes you're not actually allowed to compete with your business. That means that if a company I work for produces posters, then I might not actually be allowed to take on tasks outside of work that involves creating posters at a professional level. So that's a little difficult, and it's something I'm going to have to navigate, but I do want to eventually have my own. I want to be my own boss, and I think that I'm capable of being my own boss, but not right now. And that realization alone is something that proves, at least to me, that I will be capable. The acknowledgement that right now I'm not at a point in my life where I would be a good boss to myself. I'm not delusional telling myself that, I do amazingly and I'll just go out and get thousands of customers and I'll get rich. No, I'll try to get a few customers here and there. I don't want to be my own boss just yet because I'm not there in my life. And little by little, it'll improve. Little by little, I'll actually grow both as a person and as a business owner. And ultimately, I'm not entirely sure that I want to have my own business. I feel like a management position, middle management position would be really great for me. And that's also what I'm actually educating myself towards. I know I'm not going to go in and get a management position, but I will be the most qualified team member once we do look at promotions. And so, I'll work my way up the corporate ladder, and I might actually have fun doing it. Who knows? I'm definitely never gonna be like those super crazy people who just, some people are just insane at what they do. I'm never gonna be that person. I'll always be the versatile person. And that's also why I feel like I work better in a team. I still maintain that I want to work together with S and M because they are great people and they're great co-workers. We are different enough that we don't get into a little battle, and we are also not so different that we can't talk things out and that we can work together. I feel like it's just the perfect balance. And we each have our individual skills. And we also have our individual preferences as to what we do at work. And that's impressive, really. We fill different roles in the team. I keep talking about them, but that's because I'm so amazed by them. I'm so amazed by how well we work together. And I really hope they'll feel the same once we're done with this education. I hope they'll feel the same, that they'll also be interested in going out together and trying to do something. I would sorely miss working with them, and I'm gonna try to set up a sparring group, is what I'm thinking. Because we are definitely communally oriented. And I feel like a sparring group would be great for people with, if people want to start their own business, they need someone to spar with. If they don't communicate great with their colleagues, or they feel like their colleagues might be a little too rough, or they just want to impress their new colleagues, then getting to be able to come into contact with someone, that was weirdly phrased, being able to contact someone that you know already might help you do that. So a kind of sparring group, that would definitely be neat. Anyway, I have already talked way too much. Thank you for listening, if you did listen. If you didn't, then how dare you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All those YouTube things. I would love to have 1 subscriber. I'm not even kidding there. Like, just 1 subscriber would be the coolest thing in my world. So please click that subscribe button and make me happy. Happier, I guess. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.